people start pollution, people can stop it.
The famous Crying Indian public service announcement was first launched on Earth Day in 1971. This advertising campaign has been widely credited with inspiring America's environmental movement. Rescuing our resources. Reduce. Reuse. Recycle.
Recycling is really an important issue in every community.
The notion that you can throw garbage into a big hole in the ground and then bury it with dirt, cover it with dirt, and then turn it into a park or golf course is really very naive.
In New York, where I live, we have the Fresh Kills landfill, which is now the highest point on the east coast of North America.
Zero waste. Zero waste is a policy of the Integrated Waste Management Board to achieve, ultimately to eliminate landfilling within the state of California.
You can't get in Europe a CD that's this big in a box that's this big. It's wrapped in cellophane, if anything, because the guy who puts that into the stream of commerce has to pay for it to be disposed of. So he has an incentive to reduce, reuse, and recycle. The New York Times is cutting down forests up in the Pacific Northwest, virgin forest, because it's cheaper for them to cut down 1,000 years old trees and turn them into pulp, ship them across the country, than it is to recycle their newsprint in New York City.
Recycling is actually a way to reduce pollution, to reduce the extraction of raw materials that we mine, and to actually conserve resources in a big picture way. I think if we can get that message across to the public, to get that message across to kids, I think that it can prove to be a great motivator, not just for recycling, but for environmentalism generally.
Green waste is a huge part of our garbage tonnage. Somewhere 13, 14, 15% of the total tonnage of our garbage is just yard waste.
The city of Modesto, California, operates a composting operation from green waste.
Our facility is we're saving about 50,000 tons a year of going to the landfill is being processed and made into a product that's reusable.
It's going to be nothing but a pile of garbage if people don't start to recycle the products. So along with ourselves and other companies out there, not only are we saving the environment by using recycled products and keeping a mound of garbage away from the landfill, but we're also making money. We take it in a raw form in a bale, and we'll get bales of plastic. Once from there, we take it into a bale breaker. It breaks the bottles up. We separate the bottles of which we can use. Sometimes there's PET, metal, glass, anything else in these bales. We take that product that we can use, grind it up into a small flake, then we take the flake up here and melt it down and put it into our product through an extruder and use a die, and it goes into there and extrude it out into the shape or form that we need.
We ought to have a tax code that taxes pollution and taxes things that are damaging to society and rewards things that are good for society. Producers are the ones who really have the capacity to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Therefore, we will reward the producers who create less packaging and who reclaim their packaging from the stream of commerce once the packaging has been used.
By requiring manufacturers to internalize that cost of recycling, we're actually lowering the overall cost of recycling, and we're saving taxpayers, local governments, money.
All of these things that have to do with saving the environment are important. We have only touched the surface.